After the underwhelming War Games at Survivor Series, Triple H promised fans that Raw would be epic, and he lied to us yet again because it simply just wasn't. I wouldn't say it was a bad episode of Raw, but it was far from epic. It was honestly just an average episode. If you want to look at a great show, just look at that MSG episode where Brock Lesnar came back, he busted his ass, Roman returned too, and then AJ Lee screwed Becky Lynch to crown Maxine Dupree as our new IC champion. That was a jam-packed episode with a lot of good wrestling and the right amount of surprises. Last night, however, was just mid. Outside of that stellar Braun Breaker promo, which by the way was amazing and he got a lot better at cutting promos, but you can pretty much skip everything else from that episode and you really did not miss too much. Honestly, this keeps happening way too much. Triple H will hype up a pay-per-view or a TV taping. He'll say that it's going to be full of surprises and we're going to love what they got in store for us, and it happens the most when there's a two-night event like WrestleMania. He really gassed up the second night of WrestleMania 41 only for Travis Scott to ruin John Cena's last ever WrestleMania main event. More recently, look at WrestlePalooza. It was one of WWE's best cards. Triple H said it was going to change the business and change sports entertainment, and it just did not deliver for some reason. I feel like the booking was a problem. Hunter cannot solve this bad booking by just telling us that we're going to enjoy what he's going to produce. It just does not work that way. He tried to do it again with Raw last night, and like I said, it wasn't anything special. To be honest, it's gotten to a point where a lot of people aren't even falling for that gimmick anymore. I'll even say that the opposite is happening. It's getting to a point where I'm just hearing him say that and I'm like, okay, it's going to be a bad show. I've associated those comments with just bad WWE programming. I think Hunter needs to stop with that and just give us a good show. Let the fans talk about how good your show is, and that is when people will actually tune in. That's what I think, at least. Speaking of liars, let's talk about Dave Meltzer, who claimed that Braun Breaker versus CM Punk for the world title was penciled in to be one of the main events of WrestleMania. The WWE already announced that Punk and Breaker are going to battle it out for the belts in a month on January 5th on Raw. I seriously doubt that the company would give us this match on the road to WrestleMania. They usually save these first time big matches for the grandest stage of them all, unless, it's Jey Uso versus Gunther. But besides that, they usually do save the first time ever for a big show. That makes me think that Braun Breaker is not going to win the championship. I still think the plan is to have Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. I could see Braun losing the match, and that is when Heyman calls in for Brock Lesnar. It's the only thing that makes sense, at least from what we're seeing on Raw. That brings me to the next topic. The WWE did not reveal the mystery man who had thrown CM Punk in that War Games match and attacked him, but I did see someone predict that it's going to be Seth Rollins. I really hope that is not the case. I'm pretty sure that tweet was just sarcasm, but knowing Triple H, there's a good chance that it might happen. It wouldn't make any sense at all, but you never know. At this point, this is what WWE booking is. It's totally just delusional stuff. I really hope it's not Seth Rollins, though. I think it should be Austin Theory. Now that we know Logan Paul is officially in that group, I think Theory can add so much to the faction. Austin Theory, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker, managed by Paul Heyman, is a great group. I'm a big fan of this. This is the future of WWE, and because of that, it just feels like the vision makes more sense with these guys. Seth Rollins, on the other hand, just did not fit at all. Here is what I think is going to happen on January 5th on Raw. Seth Rollins is going to come back. He will help CM Punk successfully defend his belt and even the odds with the Vision, and that will end his feud with CM Punk in a way where they just shake hands and kind of respect each other, and then he might be back in time to wrestle Braun Breaker at WrestleMania for some revenge. To me, that makes sense. It's the best way to book that title match, and it all really depends on Seth Rollins and his health, though. I guess we will see if he returns or not, but that's what I say is going to happen. Sticking with WWE, Rusev's wife, Pllana, just went on a podcast and explained how she needs to purchase tickets whenever she wants to see her husband, Rusev, compete in that ring. This is what she said on the TMZ podcast.
So I want to go back to the fact that you weren't able to get a ticket from WWE. You had to buy your own ticket. Walk me through that. So, like, you're a legend. You'd assume you would get tickets. And I mean, I was up there and there was that moment where they show the celebrities and everything, front row. And I was telling the guy next to me, I'm like, oh, they're for sure going to have CJ in this. CJ Perry, Pllana, WWE legend.
Yeah.
Why didn't they?
I don't know. It's a little weird situation. I think that's all TKO. You know, when TKO came on, a lot of these changes, like you have to buy tickets.
Even talent.
Everyone has to buy tickets.
Oh, everybody does.
Yeah, like everyone. Liv had to get all the tickets for her whole family and everything. Like my husband had to buy, it was like to bring his whole family and at WrestleMania when he debuted. And me, it was $5,000. Like I had to buy for the suite. And it's all TKO. Like this isn't Hunter, this isn't Bruce, this isn't, I mean, John Cone, you're the best. I love you so much. and so like John Cone is always trying to give us a deal. You know, he's talent relation. He was a ref for a long time. He's literally the best. So there's all these really strict rules and regulations. And
so now it's not just the fans experiencing this painful transition to TKO, the wrestlers themselves and the families are even being forced to spend thousands of dollars on tickets. That is taking greed to the next level. Most companies will give out tickets to the families for these kinds of things, but not TKO. They need to make sure that they make the most amount of money possible. And honestly, I will say that it's gotten sad. They really have no soul whatsoever. It's all about the money with them, and that is not a good thing. In other news, CM Punk sadly announced that his dog, Larry, passed away. If you've been following CM Punk and AJ Lee over the last decade, you should know how much Larry meant to these guys. It's a tragic loss for that family. I still remember those clips of Larry in AEW. CM Punk's tribute absolutely broke my heart. He said, "This was the price that we pay for unconditional love, and I lost it there." Unbelievably wise and sad words. My thoughts and prayers are with CM Punk and AJ Lee. And the last story of the day is about TNA, so let's move on to some positive news. They just announced that they landed a TV deal with AMC. Starting January 15th, we can now watch TNA on Thursday nights. That is absolutely massive for that promotion. They've been doing some really good work over the last few years, and this is well deserved. I guess we all gotta say that BDE really is the biggest draw in the business. As soon as he joins the company, they get a TV deal. In all seriousness though, congratulations to TNA and everyone in that company. I think this is great for the entire wrestling business. It's awesome for the fans because you get extra content, you get a different company and a different vision, and it's even better for the wrestlers because now with this TV deal comes a raise along with some more job opportunities. It's a win for everyone. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and here's some other videos I think that you might enjoy.